This is a little bit of an education process. Let me first of all mute everybody. I'm gonna mute everybody out so that it won't be background noise. And this is an education process because, you know, 2 weeks ago we had this meeting and there was over 100 people on it. Today, right now, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 11 or so, and a few more will be coming on, I'm sure. So this is in this type of business, you'll have, you know, I've had meetings where no one showed up. I had meetings where we maxed out the Zoom call. So I'll never be discouraged because there's always people watching, always people that can show up sometimes, but not all the time. But again, it's just important to realize that you don't have to have 100 people in every call to make a difference. So I'll be adding more people as we go here. But for those who are new, welcome. My name is Dale Franklin. I'm a 50K affiliate living here in the United States. And I'm pretty excited because I'm going to be heading to, on the 20th of this month, I am flying out to Kenya. I'll be arriving there late on the 21st, and we will be there to help you folks build from the 22nd through the 30th. So I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you that I haven't met before, and for the ones that I have known for years, I can't wait to give you all a big hug and see you all again. So let me just add in a few more people here real quick. They're coming on, and then we'll get started. Okay, fine. I'll be able to see it. Okay. So for those who are new, I always talk a little bit at the very beginning, and I think that's why some people come on a little later, because they've heard my spiel at the very beginning enough times so they don't need to listen to it. But I want to welcome you. This is called Mondays with Dale. That's a name that some of my affiliates came up with about a year ago, and it just kind of stuck. Why do I do this call? This call is a combination of a couple of things. I want to create family or a community. I want everybody to feel that they know people in their area of the world, or in, at least in my daily choice, that they can reach out to and get to know better, get to ask advice, get to celebrate the good times, and maybe somebody to commiserate with them when you're having a bad day. And I've said this many times about network marketing. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. You're going to have days when you've talked to 20 people and they've all said no, they're not interested. You're going to have days when you talk to 5 people and every one of them signs up. So again, you want to be aware that you need a support group. You need a family. You need people that are going to be there for you for whatever the emotion may be, whether it's celebrating a success or mourning a loss. So that's one of the reasons I do this. The other reason I do this is to keep people up to date and informed. All network marketing companies move along at a fairly fast pace if they're doing well. And so you have to stay on top of what's going on. And with My Daily Choice being one of the fastest growing network marketing companies in the world, having won the Bravo Award as the #1 fastest growing network marketing company in the world in 2 different years, you have a company that's constantly changing, constantly adding new product lines. You know what? Right now we're a house of brands with 10 different product lines, and we're adding more all the time. So you want to stay on top of that. You want to stay on top of who the speakers are that are going to be coming up, the trainers that are going to be coming up, people that are going to be doing opportunity presentations for you, so you don't have to do them yourself. For when the CEO of our company or the co-founder of our company is going to speak and tell about new promotions and maybe new products or product additions to some of the product lines we already have, you want to be able to have access to that and know when it's happening and how to get into it. So again, we try to make a big thing out of making sure we get you communicated with the people you need to be communicating with. to join the groups that will help you. And so that's one of the reasons we do this. As I said, communication is key. And because of that, I always give people on these calls my personal contact information so that they can reach out to me if they want. If you have a paper and pen and you don't have my phone number, I'm going to give you my personal phone number is the +1 802-343-9075. That's +1 802-343-9075. You can reach me using that on regular phone, on WhatsApp, on Telegram, on Viber. So there's plenty of ways for you to reach out to me. Also, if you want to reach out to me on Facebook, go to facebook.com/my name, DaleFranklin.378. That's DaleFranklin.378. And you can friend me on Facebook. And then if you want to message me with Facebook Messenger, there's another way to contact me. Okay. So again, the whole idea behind this is for you to fail in this business, it's going to be on you. It's not going to be on me. I want to make sure I'm here for you in every way possible so I can help you succeed. That is my goal. The greatest thing about this industry is the more people I help succeed, the better off I'm going to be. I don't have to worry about myself. If I make you all successful, then I'm going to be successful. If I help each one of you reach the goal that you have for yourself, whether it's an extra $200 a month, an extra $2,000 a month, or an extra $20,000 a month, if I help you succeed in doing that, then I'm going to succeed automatically. So I don't have to worry about myself. The only time I honestly ever think about my rank or anything is the last few days of the month. If I'm close to a new rank, then I may use a little strategy to try to figure out how I can do that. But for the most part, if I take care of my team's going to take care of me. Okay, it's that simple. And it's the same with you when you're building your team. So keep that all in mind. I'm going to right now, I'm going to share my screen. And I want to show you. This is another place you can go, dalefranklin.net. Okay. And if you go to dalefranklin.net, you're going to see this. You'll see Dale Franklin providing opportunity, shaping legacy. We have it on the opportunity blog right now, which you can scroll down there. It's showing today's meeting. It's showing some of the other things that have been going on recently, announcements, times when we have Inspire to Retire, when that happens each week, all kinds of information. Okay. You can also go here and go to Who is Dale? If you want to know a little bit more about me, so you know who you're working with, you can scroll down and it'll tell you more about me. Okay. And ways to contact me and so forth and so on. So that's there. The important thing though is, oops, I got more people in the waiting room. Let me see if I can get them. Admit all. Okay. The next thing I want to show you is connections. If you go to connections and scroll down, everything I just talked about earlier is right here. You can join me. You can subscribe to my email list right here. You can come here and chat with me on Telegram. If you don't have Telegram, you can go over here and you can click on Telegram application. You can download Telegram and then join it. You can join once you're on it. You can join me at Dale Franklin Network Telegram channel. You can join the new Fun Chat Telegram channel, which is again one of our groups that you can, if you're part of, you're going to be able to learn from a lot of different networkers that are part of this. You can click here and join me on WhatsApp. You can subscribe to see me on YouTube, and I'm going to come back to this in just a minute so I can explain a little bit more about YouTube. But you can friend me on Facebook here. You can join the Facebook groups we have. We have the Win Network Facebook group, the Win Testimonials. Win Testimonials is just, I always have people ask me, where do I go to get testimonials? Right here. Win Testimonials gives you an incredible amount of people telling you about how much the products we have helped them. So let these testimonials help you sell the products. We have Team We, which is Chris Bailey. Chris Bailey, does our presentations, opportunity presentations for the African market this time of the day, every Tuesday and Thursday. So again, we're setting things up so you will have all the support you possibly need. All you really have to do is become an inviter. If you invite people to Chris's presentations or other presentations we do, we're going to do the work for you and show your prospects what we have to offer. And then if they decide to join, there's other times that are set up for training, similar to what I'm doing right now, and other trainings throughout the week. So, and you can go to, again, Team We is Chris's team, Fun International, the Fun House of Brands, the Freedom Unified Network International. These are all groups on Facebook that you can go to get more support, to be able to intermingle with other people that are in our company and learn by association, learn by meeting and becoming friends with people that are trying to do the same thing you're trying to do. Okay. Then we have the Zoom meetings, which is everything the scheduled meetings that go on throughout the week. You can see we have the social retail detail at 11 a.m. every Monday. Here's my Mondays with Dale. And as you'll see, the links are right here. So you can just click on the links and go right to the meetings. You can, we have some training we have at 9 p.m. every Monday night. Now, granted, 9 p.m. in the USA is going to be really basically the middle of the night for you guys. So that might not be one you'll watch, but we do record them. So you can watch them later. Same thing with Tuesdays. There's Chris Bailey's opportunity presentation and his link and everything, his password, everything you need. On Wednesdays, we have a lot of stuff going on Wednesdays. Warwick does a training every Wednesday. Again, they have the Fun Brand Experience on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. There's all kinds of things going on. Same thing Thursday. Once again, Chris Bailey doing his opportunity presentation. Fridays, we got a social retail detail again. And one Saturday every month, we have our Super Saturdays. That Super Saturday is going to be this coming Saturday, the 11th. We'll be posting it throughout all the groups. So this is, again, we're trying to keep you up to date on everything that's going on so you can connect, be part of the team, be part of the family. Now I'm going to go back up here and subscribe on YouTube. I'm going to click on that. And this, guys, is a library of everything that I have ever done. Every interview I've ever done. There's presentations here. There's presentations in like 6 different languages. As far as we have there's subtitles underneath. They'll be talking in English, but the subtitles will be in different languages, including Swahili, French, Spanish. We have I recently did a back office training on the new back office. All kinds of information here on our FFX as far as some of the important data you need to know. So basically, again, it's a library of everything you need to succeed, and it's all yours for free. All you have to do is go on here and scroll down through. Here's Chris Bailey doing an opportunity presentation. So you can either watch him live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or you can take one of these that he's already done and just play at any time of the day or night for your people. So again, tremendous amount of information here. If you go up here and go to playlists, you're going to see that everything is broke down into, training, Spanish subtitles, opportunity presentations, comp plan, French subtitles, Mondays with Dale, Dale's guest appearances, Ukrainian subtitles, Swahili subtitles, all the Super Saturdays. In our Super Saturdays, guys, we try to keep them to exactly 90 minutes. So in 90 minutes, you're going to hear from 3 or 4 different people training. And you're going to learn a lot of, it's going to be fast paced. It's going to be a lot of information. It's going to be exciting for you because you're hearing from some of the best leaders we've got. And, if there's one of them that's not connecting with you, well, you wait 10 to 15 minutes and there's another one. It's going to be right there. So, it is just an incredible opportunity, and we keep it to 90 minutes. So you can come on, 90 minutes later, you're going to be able to go back to what you want to, whatever else you were doing. But it gives you that kind of that energy boost every month to know what's going on, and learn from some of our top leaders. So again, that's what I wanted to show you there. Let me stop the share here. See if we got everybody still in. Yep. Okay. I've got everybody still connected. So that's dalefranklin.net. And I hope you guys see the value in that. We feel that we've created value, and I know I have, as far as the people I have interviewed over time, because they're such fantastic leaders. So if I have a power, it's the fact I've invited a lot of good people for you to hear. Okay. So you don't have to just listen to me all the time. Today, however, is going to be primarily me, because I'm bringing back a training that we do. I do it probably once every 3 months. It's on relationship mapping, and the reason I'm really pushing this right now is, guys, I'm coming to Kenya. I'm going to be in Kenya. I'm leaving on the 20th, on Monday the 20th. I'll be there late on Tuesday. I mean, very late in the evening on Tuesday. So I'll be available starting on the 22nd. I'll be there until I think I'll leave late afternoon on the 30th. So we're putting together right now an itinerary where I'm going to be. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I'm going to be staying at the Stanley Hotel right there in Nairobi. So we'll be doing some meetings there. We'll be doing some traveling. I'm sure I'll be going to places like Thika. I know we're talking about flying over to Mombasa for a day. And so again, what this does by this relationship mapping that we're going to show you today, it shows you how we can build for you very, very, very quickly. Okay. And get you a team of like-minded people that are your friends and your friends' friends that are going to want to work together. So I please, if you haven't grabbed a paper and pen yet, please do so soon, because there's a lot of things you're going to want to take notes on. Don't worry, we're going to be recording this video, and you'll be able to watch it again later. But this is the way I really want to try to build while I'm over there. Really get people active. My goal is for people that join while I'm there on the first couple of days I'm there, have them as a 1K or a 5K by the time I leave, 8 or 9 days later. And it's very possible. Okay. So this is what I'm planning. So I wanted you to see this video one more time. As I told you earlier about meetings, we have Mondays with Dale. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays with Chris Bailey. So important that you bring guys to that. He's doing you a favor by doing these opportunity presentations. All you have to do is invite. Get in the habit of inviting 2 to 5 people every single time he does it, and your business will explode. Okay. I've said this many times, other meetings, if you want custom meetings, or you have somebody who's already an existing networker that could bring a whole team over to your team, then we can schedule separate appointments for them. We can customize appointments any way you want. You just have to let us know well enough in advance, because we do book up. Let's see, what else have I got here before we start the video? I just want to talk about a couple other things. Again, Super Saturday, June 11th, this Saturday, International Convention in Orlando, Florida is coming up November 2nd through the 5th. I think I looked of the Kenyan group, there's 56 people that have already gotten on a list that say they need letters from our company so they can get their visas. If you all showed up, if 56 people or more show up at convention, and you see the energy, you see the power, you see the strength of our company, you're going to go back to Kenya, and within the next year, before the next convention, you guys are going to blow this company up throughout Africa. I know you are. It's not if, it's when and how. So again, keep in mind those dates for the convention if you at all possible. And while I'm there, if I'm going to be there helping you build your team so you can make enough money so you can afford to go to this convention. And again, just keep in mind, if you can free up some time to work with me between the 22nd of June and the 30th, if you can free up time, if you can now, what you should be doing right now is building building a base of people that you want to meet me, people that, again, already have experience in network marketing or already have experience as successful business people. You know, don't leave anybody out. But the bottom line is, you, while I'm there, and you have the credibility of somebody who's there, who has already done this for many years and knows a little bit about what we're doing, get your leaders, the potential leaders there, so I can talk to them. I feel so confident that once I have a chance to sit down and talk to them, show them what we have to offer, show them how our, you know, FFX fuel additive is changing the world right now. As far as the price of fuel and how you can save money and things like that, along with the other products we have for health and can benefit you from so many different ways. If you give me a chance to talk to your leaders, I feel confident that I will be able to turn most of them into MDC affiliates. So please spend now until the time I get there, letting people know I'm coming, building excitement, building energy, and let's get this thing done. I'm about to show you a video. As I said, I show this video about every 3 months. I think this, to me, this is the most important video that you could ever learn from in network marketing. Okay. Nadlin, who speaks, is an incredible speaker, and the overall procedure she's suggesting you employ to build your team, I think, is genius, and it's so easy to do. If you learn it and embrace it, and we work together on it, I know that this is going to blow up all of Africa. A couple little notes. It's the video is a little dated. Okay, this was done a while ago. It mentions a former company. Don't let that bother you. And ignore the mention of a comp plan. It's not ours she's talking about. Okay. Again, she was doing this for one of our previous companies, but the overall concept is still good for right now for everybody. So having said all that, let me get this thing up and running. It's going to be about 30 minutes, guys. So and then I'm going to close out really quickly afterwards. We might run over to maybe 5 minutes after the hour, but bear with me 1 second here. Okay, here we go. I hope we do. Oh. Oh, a little bit of problem. Let me try something here. Well, let me try it one more time and see if I can get it going. It was working fine earlier. We have to. Best laid plans of mice and men. Well, there's another way of doing this. Bear with me. If it won't do that. Two. Here we go. Let's see if I can do it through here.
It is my pleasure to bring up a gentleman who I've been knowing for many years. And I tell you, he just don't know it.
And how to train and mentor. We're going to move very quickly, but this is recorded.
Roll that up. And here we go.
And how to train and mentor. We're going to move very quickly, but this is recorded. So if you need to watch it again, you're going to be able to do that. Let's start with building strategy. I'm going to teach you a building strategy that was recently taught to me by a multi-millionaire friend of mine who has managed to do this business incredibly effectively. Now, what I call effective building is when someone can do it more than one time and show successfully, as well as replicate that process with other people and sustain it for the long term. This gentleman reached the equivalent of what we would have as a blue diamond in a 30-day period of time, replicated that with 4 of his frontline people, and then continued to replicate through that or through the organization, setting records that have never been beat since and had never been accomplished before that time. This gentleman has a tremendous amount of respect in my book, but he's also a great mentor for me. Anybody who can be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, over $400,000 a month in this kind of an industry, and do it successfully and have it be a residual where they haven't worked for 5 years since they built that, they deserve some respect. As we sat, he sat and taught us all how he built his organizations and why it was that they were sustainable, why it was that once they were built, they stayed in place and continued to build, and why it was that with this strategy, you can overcome so many of the hurdles that many people find in this industry. And we are going to teach you exactly how to do that today. Once you have that picture in your mind and you understand how to do that, we're actually going to go through the exercise of doing it. And then we're going to move forward through these additional pieces and make sure that you know how to capitalize on really establishing a very strong Allure business. So let's start with building strategy. The way you're going to build and strategize is consider this to be you at the top of this circle. Now, what I'm going to put on here is I'm going to put a little A1 just for fun. Now, A1 is a designation that just reminds you we're talking about A players. Who in your mind is the single best person you can think of that you want to do this business with? They are entrepreneurs. They are driven. They are business owners. They are financially motivated. They are the kind of person who says, if I make a decision to do this, then get out of my way because that's exactly what I'm going to do. Who is that person for you? Now, you should be thinking of a name or 2 names, but think of the person that you can think of first. And I want you to write that name down on your own individual paper. You should have one. And it should look a lot like this form right here. You're going to write that name on it. Now, I'm going to do this exercise for you, and then you're going to do it yourself on your individual papers. So watch carefully. For me, that person is Gary, okay? So I'm going to write Gary's name down right here. And then I'm going to say, okay, who do Gary and I both know together? Who's someone we both know that could be good at this? Well, you know what? We both know Shane. So I'm going to put Shane's name down here. Who's someone else we both know? Well, we both know Tammy. So we're going to put Tammy right here. Who is someone else we both know? We both know Ryan. So I'm going to put Ryan right here. Who is someone? And then what I want you to do is once you have about 3 names down, you're going to do a little evaluation. Out of Shane, Tammy, and Ryan, which one of those people has the greatest social influence? Meaning, if these guys know each other, which one of them bears the greatest ability to sway the opinion of the social group around them? Well, in this group, I would actually say that Shane does. So I think Shane's in the right place. But what about here between Tammy and Ryan? Well, actually, Ryan has a little bit more social sway than Tammy. So I'm going to switch the order. And I'm going to now say Gary, Shane, Ryan, and Tammy. Hey, who's another person that we both know? Well, we actually both know Jillian. Now, what about Jillian? Ooh, actually, Jillian's pretty good. A matter of fact, Jillian's a very successful woman, and a lot of people hold her in high regard. I would say actually that Jillian is a little higher than Ryan up here. So now I'm going to move Jillian there. I'm going to move Ryan here, and I'm going to move Tammy to here. So now I've got Gary, Shane, Jillian, Ryan, Tammy. Now this exercise can continue down as deep as you can go to the people that the 2 of you both know together. Now, this I like to call the Facebook principle. If you're sitting there and you can't think of somebody that you both know, open Facebook and look at the people that you both have as friends connected with you on Facebook, because that's what this is about. Who are you connected with? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing, except for this is number 2. Who is another person you can think of that is a business owner? This is a person that is entrepreneurial driven. They are financially motivated. When they see opportunity, they grab for it with both hands and dive in with both feet. And you'd love to work with them because they are energetic and passionate and they love what they do. Okay, write that name down. For me, I'm going to go ahead and say for me that person is Chris. Chris is one of those kinds of people. Well, who is somebody that both Chris and I know? Well, Chris and I both know Nicholas. Okay, so I'm going to write down Nicholas. And Chris and I also both know Chloe. So I'm going to write down Chloe. And Chris and I also both know, who else do we both know? We both know Benjamin, actually. So let's write down Benjamin. Now, out of Nicholas, Chloe, and Benjamin, who has the greatest impact? Well, in this scenario, Ben does, and I would say then Chloe and then Nicholas. So let's say, for example, that was the way it worked out. Then you'd say, okay, who else do we both know? And you get the picture. You continue the exercise down and you fill in the next name and the next name until you can't think of any more, and it continues to go down in this motion. And then guess what? You got it. You're going to do it again for number 3. You're going to fill in that name. And then you're going to say, who do we both know? And you're going to fill in the name. And who else do we both know? Fill in the name. Who else do we both know? Fill in the name. Who else do we both know? Fill in the name. Now, in social influence, who has the greatest social influence? And so on. Now, I want you to do this 4 times. You are going to do this exercise 4 times. And I'm going to show you what makes this exercise so remarkably powerful is this. Number 1, you and the person that you're bringing in are now going to talk to people that you both know. And you've moved the social influencers to the top, so you're going to talk to them first. So what happens when both Gary and I go and we say, Shane, Gary and I want to talk to you about a business that we're doing? What happens when 2 of you approach someone that you both know, love, and respect? Now, what happens when you and Gary and Shane talk to Jillian? You say, Jillian, Gary and Shane and I have started a business. What happens when Jillian is in and you go to Ryan and you say, Ryan, we're getting the gang back together. Jillian, Shane, Gary, and I, and other people that you know, we're doing this business together. Do you know what happens is you create social influence on the people that are coming in here, because now they're becoming part of something that more and more people that they love and respect have already decided is a good, legitimate business model. You're adding credibility to the business model, and you're providing for people a sense of security that what they're about to engage in is a good thing. The other thing that you're doing is you're creating lines of social influence. You're creating a line of people that want to do business together. These are people who are friends and acquaintances. They know each other. When you're having a business meeting, they want to show up, not because they feel like they're sitting in a room full of strangers, but because they're sitting in a room full of friends. This gives you the opportunity to create lines where all of these people are socially connected. Here's the other thing that this strategy does. Now, this is incredibly important. And I will fully admit I've made this mistake in my own business and just have made this mistake up until very recently. But what do we do normally when we bring somebody into the business? We say, okay, you need to go get 4 people, okay? So here you are, and you're gonna go get 4 people. So, yeah, see, that's the problem. You can't go because how much do you know right now? You know almost nothing. You're sitting there thinking, okay, go get 4 people. Go get 4 people. What does that even mean to you when you're brand new? If you've been to a meeting, you sat through an opportunity meeting, you saw the opportunity for yourself and you enrolled and you leave there and your instruction is go get 4 people. You have no idea what you're doing. Right? And even if your ignorance on fire and you're just excited and you go out and start talking to people and you do go get your 4 people, you go get 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to make some money, aren't you? And it's exciting. But how much money did those 4 people make? They didn't make anything because you were focused on getting your people. Now, what we do is we think, well, that's not my responsibility. They should be responsible for going and getting their 4. But why do you think it is that your business is moving so slowly? Why do you think that is that normally in network marketing, there's a lot of people that come in and never even get started in the business? It's because they come in and they're told, go get 4. And they feel like they need to know more information before they can start. They feel like they need to be trained before they can start. They feel like they need to have somebody teach them exactly what to say before they can start. But here is the beauty of this business model and this duplication style. You and me and Gary are going to call Shane together. And guess who's probably going to do the talking? You got it. I am. Why? Because I've been in the business a long time and I already know how to talk to people. And I can talk to Shane just as easily as Gary could because I know him. This is not a cold prospect. This is not someone who doesn't have respect for me. This is someone we already both know. And guess who's going to end up making the phone call to Jillian? You got it. I am. With Shane or with Gary and Shane sitting right next to me. And guess who's going to end up making the phone call to Ryan? I am. With Gary and Shane and Jillian on the line with me. Even if they're not talking, they're listening. Because guess what happens now? I go ahead and I make these first 3 phone calls for Gary after he's watched me do this 3 times. What is he doing? He's learning how to do it himself. And guess what else? He has tremendous confidence because I didn't send him out there to let him screw up his first 7 contacts. I made his first 3 for him. I have already learned how to do this. I have already had success doing this. I can approach this with confidence. Never forget that 93% of communication is nonverbal. So we take our people out, and even if we give them a script, even if we teach them exactly what to say, 93% of that communication is nonverbal. So where's their confidence? If they don't know what they're doing and they feel that way, where is their confidence? It's certainly not going to come through in communication. But this building strategy allows us to change that. This building strategy allows us, this person that already had success and already has confidence to do the talking for these first 3. Now, this person has success, right? They have a team that's 3 deep for them. So guess what they get to do? They get to make the next phone call. And more importantly than that, they're going to do the same exact exercise and they're going to start their next line. And then they're going to do it again until they have 4 lines, just like you did. All right? Now you can see how that would work, but let me now talk about how you're going to push this to a whole different level. And it is this. Pay attention because this is important. Wealth and urgency are synonymous. Okay, wealth and urgency are synonymous. If you don't do this fast, If you don't build your business quickly, it's not going to build. And this is why. Let's say I go out there and I bring in Gary, and I'm feeling very good about myself. I've got the rah, I'm cheering. I took a snack break because I was so excited that I had success. Bam, got my one guy. I feel great, but how does Gary feel? He feels like he's brand new in a business that he doesn't know how to do, and he's not succeeding because nothing's happening. Okay, but what happens when I talk to Gary, and before Gary ever leaves the appointment, he and I have done this exercise together, and he and I have a map laid out of his 20 people that he not only knows, but knows well, that has relationships with these people. Here's what happens. Number one, we now have a plan. When I did this map, I have an exact plan. And I'm going to go talk to people, and we all know each other, and we all have relationships. And I sit there and I look at 20 people on a piece of paper, and all of a sudden, seeing is believing, and believing makes it possible for me to go achieve that. I have these people in place. I know these people. And guess what I didn't do? I didn't say, go make me a list of 20 people. I asked for one name at a time and then allowed association, which, by the way, you can leverage Facebook as a tool to get. Once everybody has their map laid out of 20 people, they have a plan, they have a vision, and they know how to go accomplish it, and they know they're never accomplishing it alone. Incredibly, incredibly important. Now, when it comes to speed, no longer do I tell you to go get your 4 and have you waiting to figure out how to go talk to somebody. Before you left my office, we have your map down. And guess what we can do? Gary, let's call Shane. Let's call Shane really quickly before you leave today. Let's call him. Now, true story, when we were taught this exercise on a Wednesday afternoon. On a Wednesday afternoon in my own home, we were taught this. The gentleman who was teaching brought a brand new person to the front of the room, and he said, let's do this exercise. We did the exercise with him. He immediately texted his A1 person and said, hey, can you come over here? I want to show you what we're learning right now. This person showed up. We had a conversation with that person, presented the business, and by the time the presentation was over, the two of them made a phone call to the next person down. They invited them to come over and talk with them for a minute. That person came over. They talked to the person about the business, and by the time they were halfway through the conversation, they had already contacted this person and said, hey, the 3 of us are here. Can you come on over? We want to show you what we're doing together. They brought this person over, and what ended up happening, I'm not joking, is we went with this brand new person. We went 4 generations deep, 2 wide over here, and 2 more deep on this leg in 90 minutes. Okay, not 90 days. We didn't bring 7 people in an organization in 90 days. We brought 7 people in the organization in 90 minutes. Now, the gentleman that taught us this said, if you get together and you do a power Saturday, for example, and you say, I'm going to sit here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and I am going to drive the lines as far as I can drive them today, do you know what can happen? This gentleman went 6 wide and 13 deep in a day. Okay, 6 legs wide, 13 deep on each leg minimum in one day. How'd they do it? Hey, let's call that person. Hey, while we're talking on the phone, let's call that person. Hey, now come over here. Let's work together today and call these 3 people. All right. Now, in sales, there's certain tactics that we use, and one of them is fear of loss, right? Well, what happens when you show up and you're Gary and you see my chart and you realize I'm going to call Shane, Jillian, Ryan, and Tammy? Those are all people you know. And you know that I'm going to call them with or without you. A little bit of fear of loss, because you now know this is the place for you to be. Now, one more thing on this point really quickly that I want to make, and then I'm going to show you how we capitalize on this when it comes to volume, okay? When you're working with these people, something that's really important to keep in mind is that I can go very quickly with these people because of the relationships that I have, but I can also, I can go as deep as possible, and every single person, now Gary has a paycheck, Shane has a paycheck, Jillian has a paycheck, Ryan has a paycheck, because we are putting people down the line. Don't be so caught up in feeling like you need to capture everybody on your front level and enroll everybody yourself. In this compensation plan, you can maximize the entire compensation plan with 10 frontline people, 10 total. If you did this exercise with 4, what happens once you've been driving those lines deep? Go do it again. Go do a 5th line. Then go do a 6th line. Then go do a 7th line. But this much I can tell you. If you are doing this correctly, you will be so busy driving these first couple of lines, you're not going to have time to go do your 3rd line right away until these are established. Now, this is what's happened for me. We have now been doing this for 1 week. 1 week we've been doing this since last Thursday, okay? We have brought in that 1 week period of time, 47 new people onto our team. No, actually, no, we added 5 last night. So we have brought in 52 new people in a 1 week period of time doing this methodology. I have talked to a minimum of 5 to 6 new people a day, and they're not my personals. I'm having conversations with my personal, and we're branching out and driving their lines deep. And now guess what happened? Yesterday, I was booked solid talking to people. And guess what happened? No big deal, because they called this person and this person. They called this person and this person. Those people did the calls, and we had 5 signups yesterday, and I only talked to 1 of those people. Because now these people are becoming competent and confident that they can present the information in a powerful way that resonates. Okay, so this is a building strategy that is on fire. I've never seen anything work this well. I understand why it works this well. I don't know why it took so long for the rest of us to catch on, but now that he has taught us how fast someone can build an organization and how strong it can be, because as you're driving depth in these legs, you're driving stability and creating paychecks for every person along the way, and then you go wide. It's a really, really awesome building strategy, but I want to show you what it means to you in terms of income. Now, you just saw we have like 20 squares, and all of you have your piece of paper. So you should see there's about 20 squares on your piece of paper. Now, when you do this exercise, which we'll give you time to do in a bit, you're going to notice that it is incredibly easy and quick for you to put down 20 names on a piece of paper. And you find those first one, and then you just think, who do we know together? Who do we both know? Boom, 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 boom. There's my next one. Who do we both know? Boom, 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 boom. I have done this exercise now with 40 plus people, 5 minutes tops, and we have a map of 20 names. And it started with 1 name every single time. And sometimes we did have to pull out our phones and pull up the Facebook app and look at the relationships, and that's fine. But this is the power of that. You have 20 people, okay? 20 people. What happens when you do that exact exercise with those 20 people? You have those 20 people now have 20. Do you know how big your team is? 400. No, those people are on a 100 PV auto ship. You have 40,000 in team volume. That's twice the amount that you need to be a Sapphire in this company. That's twice the amount you need to be driving a new Audi. That's twice the amount you need to be earning that $10,000 bonus at the Sapphire level and making the kind of income that has replaced my income, go full out, guts out income. Okay? But let's talk about what happens as we go through this. As you talk to your 20 people, not everybody is going to want to do the business. That's fine. Replace them with somebody who does. But when you replace them, I want to show you, this is really important. As you're talking to them, use these words. A B is a business owner, okay? An S is a salesperson, and a C is a customer. Every person that you come across fits into one of these categories. They either have an entrepreneurial mindset and they get the business and they want to do it, or they think, I could sell that product, but they're not necessarily interested in building a team, or they're just a customer who wouldn't want the benefits of this product. So when I talk to them, I never cross anybody off my list. I acquire my business builders, and then I move forward from there and continue to find people the two of us know and drive, as you notice the arrow going deep. I drive deep this direction and find more business owners, but I maintain notes so that I know who I have in the system as customers and salespeople. Wealth and urgency are synonymous. If I go out there and I build 4 across in 1 week's time, or say a month, I go get 4 in a month, and I feel pretty good about that, right? I went and got 4 people in a month. You got a paycheck, but those 4 people made nothing. If that's what you were focused on and that's what you did, you got a paycheck and your 4 people made nothing. Now, how long are you going to stay in a business where you made nothing? Now, the mindset might be, well, it's their job. They got to go get 4. You can maintain that mindset and you will also maintain the current pace of your build and the current fallout of your distributor base. And you can stay at the industry averages. But if you want to raise your game, then don't just be thinking, I need to go get 4. Be thinking, I'm going to find 4. I'm going to drive lines deep in that 4 because people on my team are going to make money. Because this is going to be fun, guys. And to have fun requires 3 things. You got to be coachable and you got to be learning new things. You got to be making money. And number 3, your team has to be making money. It is not fun when the people you bring into the business aren't making money. So this is about building in a team strategy that makes everybody money, drives lines, and gives people a reason to stay, gives people a reason to work, gives people a reason to get excited. And that is where your urgency comes in. That is where you start to move the lines very, very quickly. And when people see the numbers coming in around them quickly, they move quickly. And when that happens, your organization moves quickly. And all of a sudden, you have big paychecks emerging quickly. Wealth is synonymous with urgency. All right, now every single one of you received one of these forms. I want you to go through this exercise. I want you to put your name at the top. I already did that for you with the you, but you are going to put your top 4 people. You're going to think, who do I know? Who do the both of us know together? Fill it in. Rank it according to social influence. That is going to be important. Now, we're not going to stop the video here and give you time to do that, but you understand your exercise. And I'm sure that you can take your time as soon as you're done watching this, or you can push pause if you're watching this on your own and at a later time as a repeat and do that exercise. Okay. So building strategy, we all got that, right? Awesome. Okay. Approach. How do I approach people? If I'm going to have this and I'm going to need to make phone calls and talk to people, how do I do that? Well, there's a few approaches that you can use out there, but this one is my particular favorite, okay? Well, I just learned this building method from a multi-millionaire, which means you also just learned the building method of a multi-millionaire. So if you were talking to somebody, this is what you might say. You might say, I just spent the last several hours learning how multi-millionaires make their money. I have a plan. I know exactly how to do it. And I'm about to do it, and I want to take you with me. When can we meet? Now, a few parts of that are important. Number 1, if you're talking to the right person, if you're talking to a business-minded, entrepreneurial, financially driven and motivated person, do they want to know how multimillionaires make their money? Yes, they do. If you're talking to that person and you say, when can we meet? Notice how I didn't say, can we meet? Notice how I didn't say, would you like to meet? I said, when can we meet? Because I am going to assume the sale. I am going to employ something called TNT. Take control and tell them what to do, okay? TNT, assume the sale. I just spent the last several hours learning how multi-millionaires make their millions. Unbelievable. I have been enlightened. I have a plan. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I want you to come do it with me. When can we meet? Now, remember, what did I do? I just outlined for them. I told them where I'm going. I'm going to go make millions. I have a plan, and I know exactly what I'm doing. I told them why I'm talking to them. I want you to come do it with me. They know why I'm talking to them. And then what I do, I made sure to assume the close. When can we meet? When can we meet? All right. Now, once I've done that, I can then set up an appointment for them. Now, one of a couple responses is going to come out, okay? They are either going to, number 1, they're going to give you a date and time, and they're going to say, why make me wait? Let's talk now. I've had that one too. They're going to schedule an appointment with you. Done. Take it. Schedule that appointment, make that phone call, or go face-to-face, sit down and meet with them and have that meeting, okay? That's the first response you might get. The second response is, good for you. I'm happy for, I'm really excited for you, but I'm not interested, or that's not for me, or I don't have time. Guess what? You now know. You now know you're not talking to the right person. This is not an entrepreneur. This is not a business-minded person. This is a person who is not in that frame of mind. But you know what the brilliant part about that is? That is no problem, because we're looking for three types of people, remember? We're looking for the business owners, but we're also looking for salespeople, and we're also looking for customers. Okay? So here's what you didn't do. You didn't tell them anything about your product yet. Okay? You just told them that you're going to go do something. So what you open the door for yourself to do is, in a couple weeks later, you can call them back and say, hey, remember how I was doing that, how I told you I was going to do that business? I've found the product that I'm working with, and you have to try it. Now, guess what they already know? They already know you're doing business for yourself. They know that you're selling a product, not offering them to share a product. You're not offering to give them a product, because you told them you're building a business, and now you just said, I found the product that I'm going to do it with. You have to try it. Now you're offering the opportunity to try your product, and they can become a customer, and you didn't burn any bridges because you didn't get into too much information that they weren't interested in the time, and ruin your chance to talk to them about being a customer. So you've just established yourself as the opportunity to now pre-select them. They select who they are before you ever continue the conversation, and those are your responses. So if they give you a date and time, they're a good potential business owner. You want to give them the presentation. If they're good for you, but that's not for me, they just identified themselves as a customer, treat them that way. Let them know, hey, no big deal. Absolutely no big deal. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to do this. I'm excited about it, and I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. And a couple weeks later, call them up and tell them, hey, you remember that business that I was starting? I just found the product I'm going to do this with, and you've got to try it. And now you have a customer approach. So those are the two things, and that is how you do the approach. All right. So let's.
Okay, that's the 30 minutes. Okay, sorry. There's more than one way to skin a cat. For some reason, the video that I wanted to show you today wasn't working, so I went in and grabbed one of my old one of the videos from my library. So I got to ask you guys all a question. Okay, is your heart pounding right now? Okay, is your mind racing? Are you thinking about how you can take this and make it work? Well, when I get over there, I'm going to bring that form that you saw her holding and flashing around, and we're going to do this, and we're going to build fast. I'm going to be there for 8 days. When I walk away from there in 8 days, I want many of you to be making substantial money, not a few dollars, but substantial money. And let me add one more person who's coming in here. And again, I'm gonna have this plan ready. We're gonna be doing some traveling. I'm making plans with Elizabeth. We're gonna be going to different places you guys are, and we're going to use this to build in a very short period of time. Imagine what happens if you're in a meeting with me, and say we're in a meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we go through the whole presentation with the people you invited, and then we do this. We sit down and we do this fill this form out with 20 names on it. And then I tell everybody, okay, get on your cell phones, go outside, do whatever you got to do, and start inviting those people and get them back here. And we're going to do another presentation in another hour. And we're going to do the same thing with them. So everybody's going to have a plan. Everybody's going to know exactly what they have to do to be successful in this business. And they're going to be working with people that they like, they respect, and they enjoy working with. So again, this is the reason I'm showing you this today, is because this is what we're going to do when I'm over there. And we're going to build fast. We're going to, remember she said wealth and urgency are synonymous. Well, we're going to use that as our gospel, and we're going to build very, very quickly. When I first came to Kenya many years ago, I was, at that point in time, I didn't know about this, and I was building a base. Well, now we have a base. We have a large base. So can you imagine what happens if we take the 100 or so people that we have right now that are active and working hard, and we get each one of them to reach out to 20 people, and then when those people come in, we have them reach out to people. Can you imagine what we can do in 8 days? Can you imagine what kind of growth we can have, and set it up in such a way with such easy training that you'll be able to continue it on after I leave? Okay, so again, I hope you're as excited as I am. A couple of things she said there. Remember, she talked about the comp plan, and she says, you know, with our comp plan, we build it, we can reach the top of our company by building 10 wide. Well, guess what? Our company, our comp plan, to become a master affiliate, okay, and become the highest ranking person in our company, you only have to have five legs, okay? And to be a super affiliate, where you're making, where you're generating over $1 million a month in business, you only have to have 3. So, you know, we have an easier comp plan, which she was describing, so we can build what we're talking about, and we can do it in a very short period of time. Let me just see my notes here real quick. So I guess the bottom line here is I'm excited about coming over. I'm excited about working with all of you, but you guys need to do your homework a little bit now. Start thinking about people that you'd like to work with. Start thinking about people that you'd like to have meet me or chat with me or listen to me when I'm talking or doing the relationship mapping, so they can see the value of it. Create an invitation for all your friends, so when we come to your particular town, or if we're having meetings in Nairobi or whatever it is, that you'll have those people you believe are your top people are going to be there, so we can train them to do the exact same thing. Once we get this thing rolling and we create this duplication, it has a mind of its own. I mean, and the thing I love about the way she designs it and the way we're going to implement it, everybody is going to make money. Okay, so everybody's going to be excited. Okay, you're not going to get the jumpstart bonus if you bring 5 people on. You're not going to get the jumpstart bonus on 5 people. You're going to get jumpstart bonus on the leader you chose, and that leader is going to get the jumpstart bonus on the next person, and that person is going to get the jumpstart bonus on the next person. And yes, you're going to give up some jumpstart bonuses, but you're going to build a sustainable team that's going to be around for a long, long time, and the money going forward is going to be incredible by getting paid for your binary, getting paid by your leadership check match. You got to look beyond that initial sale and look at how you're building your overall business, so it'll be sustainable and be something you can give to your children, and your children can give to their children. Okay, so I hope you're as excited as I am. I hope you, for those who've seen this video before, I hope you still got more out of it. I've watched this video 40 times and I get something out of it every single time. And I get re-engaged and re-excited every time I watch it. So having said all that, guys, have a great week. We'll have another meeting next Monday. And then after that, I will be coming to Kenya. So the following 3 or 4 Mondays after that, I will be either in traveling or in Africa, or there is when I get back. The reason I got to get back fairly quickly is because my family's annual week vacation to the beach is coming up soon. So again, we'll have a meeting next week, and then there won't be a meeting unless we have one. We could have one we might surprise you and have one out of Kenya. But other than that, we will have a little bit of a summer vacation type thing, and then we'll start up again. But I hope you guys see the value of what we're about to do, and I hope you're excited about coming to see me as much, me coming there as much as I'm excited about going there. I can't wait to see all my friends, make new friends, and help a lot of people change their financial future. So having said all that, guys, have a great week. I'll see you next Monday. And then a week after that, I'll be over there and we'll really kick this thing into gear. Okay. So have a good week. Love all of you. Remember, as I always tell you, I love every one of you. I have no desire other than to see you succeed. And that's why I'm coming there to help. So we'll have a great week and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Very nice. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Dale.